Hello and welcome to the Designing Resilient Housing course. In this online course, we will be looking at buildings, resilient typologies and resilient buildings that are appropriate for areas affected by natural hazards. We recently had the earthquake in Nepal, which was the inspiration behind this course. More than 7,000 people unfortunately lost their lives and thousands of homes were destroyed. There are still thousands of families that live out of their homes. They don't have homes or they're too scared to move back into their homes because they're afraid that there might be another earthquake coming and they may be trapped again inside their homes. So what we'll do here is we'll design houses, prototypes for houses that could be applied in areas that have been affected by natural disasters. We'll look at different geographies and we'll look at different types of natural disasters. For example, we'll obviously start with Nepal and explore architecture that's resilient to earthquakes, like what it takes, for example, to design a house that can withstand a strong earthquake. What are the materials and the joints that we need in order to make a house that would not gonna fall down no matter how strong the earthquake is. There are a number of cultures that have been building in this new way. For example, Japan has had earthquakes. It's situated in the Ring of Fire area affected by earthquakes. So they have been building for thousands of years, buildings that are flexible, that have movable foundations, and that whenever the ground starts shaking, they could absorb eventually the stresses of the earthquakes. We'll look at other kinds of geographies and natural disaster. For example, the Philippines, area that has been affected by typhoons. We had a hurricane just happening 2 years ago, Hurricane Haiyan, which destroyed millions of homes and basically more than 6,000 people lost their lives, and there are still thousands of families. They live in tarp shelters or tarp tents out in the field. So 2 years after, the work is still to be done. They have been living in temporary shelters, but now they are supposed to move into more permanent homes, and that's what we're gonna design in this course. The goal is to build the projects that we design in the course. So we are partnering with a number of local organizations, local NGOs, and other organizations that could implement the buildings and the projects that come out of this course. We'll look at other natural disasters, for example, floods that happen in, for example, in the Netherlands or in India or in Japan. We'll look at tsunamis, we'll look at brush fires, we'll look at other kinds of storms that are affecting the south of the United States and the Caribbean. So I invite you to start with by exploring the different kinds of natural disasters we have, and then to pick one type of disaster and then to pick one type of geography, and then focus on that, specialize on that, read about it, look at the architecture of this place, and then develop a strategy for your own design. We will go into case studies in some of the next modules where we will explore both local architecture that has been designed and built for hundreds and thousands of years to withstand this specific kind of natural hazard, and we'll look at the same time at global solutions of other geographies that have proven to be resilient to these kinds of natural disasters. We'll see how we can merge them. We'll see how we can learn something from all those years of experience and apply it to a specific place around the world. We will ask you to develop strategies to design either with local traditional materials that are available on site. So you have to see wherever you choose to be designing, you have to see what is available there, whether it's a wood or it's steel or it's concrete or stone, and eventually design with local materials, or to design for prefabricated houses that could be built somewhere else around the world, then shipped on site and built on the local site. So these are two approaches, either traditional architect using traditional building techniques or prefabricated techniques that are built in a factory under controlled environment, brought on site and then rebuilt. We want these houses to be affordable, so each house has to cost, for a single family, has to cost less than $10,000. And we want them to build relatively fast, so we want to develop a building technique which allows to build the projects in less than 1 month. So this is the beginning, and again, there are plenty of materials available with the course on our platform, so I invite you to look further, to experience and to explore and to find out where you want to work and what design you want to start with.